island to island trip. Only 2 more climbers beach. Oh yeah, full of tender girls. Yes, we love I love flying to Hawaii like it's close to me. Got 5 hours to the land with an ocean breeze. Scenic views, good food, and the woman tender. To the islands with a culture blender.
Tell me something about the water.
It is oh so tender.
Are there beaches everywhere?
Take a drive and end up on the side of the road. Stop it is a must. Take a list.
Thy ways. We're flying.
I need you to make me one of
island
those.
to island. I can make you one whenever you want. Just
Yeah,
tell
I
me
need
what
one of
you
those. I gotta find like a nice beat or something that I catch like that, because that's cool.
Oh, yes. My husband, I was like, hey, since you're helping to like fund everything, you done got me a ring light, a webcam, and some other stuff. I was like, I'll put your little music on our. So if you like the opening song, that is Island to Island by Oso B3ST. And you can find his music and all his info by going there. There's his channel. Look at God. Always show love to your spouses and support your loved ones in all of their goals. That's all I can say.
Yes.
Welcome to the Mrs. Best Reviews channel. We are here with James from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel. You can find the link to his channel in the description. And I hope that you do as it says and like, comment, and subscribe on his channel. Love it.
Please.
But we are here to go over the new reality series, Basketball Wives Orlando. So we're going to recap season 1, episode 1. For those who have been living under somebody's rock, this is a part of the franchise of Basketball Wives. So now they're taking it to Orlando, and we start the show with Megan James, who I believe a lot of people should know from her podcast, which blew up during the pandemic. I occasionally catch the podcast. Other than that, if you remember Oxygen before it was a true crime network, then you remember Megan on the Bad Girls Club. James is like, she went back. And in addition to that, Basketball Wives LA, she's dated a few ball players, agents. She's dated some people. So it looks like she's going to be the show matriarch. And I believe that was solidified by her meeting with Shawnee O'Neal, who's the creator of Basketball Wives. And they basically, Shawnee gave her some fake ass advice. I don't like Shawnee O'Neal, not a tad, y'all. But I did like her faux locks.
Okay, so she's not Shawnee O'Neal no more. She's Shawnee Henderson, which she will always be Shawnee O'Neal to me as well, because that's what we know her as. Sorry, Shawnee.
That man's church don't want her. I'm just, listen.
I'm not going there with her.
How are you a preacher's wife, but this is what you do for a living?
I mean,
no, for real. Like, I don't want my pastor to be the creator.
I think that's kind of short-sighted, because I actually, okay, so here's the thing. I know a pastor's wife who works for a liquor company.
That's fine. But I'm just like, but she's actively promoting. It could bring, you know how churches, let's just keep it real. Churches be hella judgmental. They care about what people think and how shit look. And her running the show with a bunch of, you know, upper middle-aged women attacking each other in their lives. And just like, you know?
Yeah, I am not doing this with her today.
What? I'm being honest. This is Mrs. Best Review.
I get that, but girl.
I question that. I don't get it. How do you go from Shaq to the anyway, let's get it.
So let's get into it. Yeah,
my first face says you're throwing shade, friend, and I'm not trying to, but apparently it's happening. So after we meet Megan James, we find out she's new to Orlando, Florida. She's moved there from LA. She says she needed a start. Megan, boo, I'm from California, born and raised. You don't gotta lie. None of us want a new start. We want a cheaper rent. And you ain't never, that's what it is. I'm thinking of relocating to Orlando, Florida, actually. So now I'm like watching the show, like, what's that? Who's over there? What's that? It's like a serious contender in where I might move.
He and I will have a conversation about this, because
I have family there too. Is it bad?
No. It's not bad at all. I love Orlando. No, it's not bad at all. I just want her a little bit more close. That's too far.
Oh, Lord. He said that's too far.
That's too far.
Child. Anywho, so we meet Ashley Snell. She is, I know she's a fashion designer. I actually have something of hers in my closet.
I've heard of her as well before this show. I just can't,
I've heard of her as well before this show. She has a fashion store in an affluent Orlando neighborhood, she says. She's the wife of free agent Tony Snell, and she is 30. Did she say she's 30? I believe she said she was 30.
No,
Most of these women are in their early 30s. So it should be interesting recapping them because they are literally right in myself and just this age group.
Age bracket,
so we know how people our age act, and interesting is all I'm gonna say. So that's all we get from her. We're just going through the introductions, y'all. It'll go quick. So the next person we meet is Morgan Bledsoe. She is the now ex-wife of Eric Bledsoe, and she wants to open up beauty school. She does hair and all of that stuff. She has 3 children with him. I did not catch the ages. I think it was 12, 8, and 4. I may have got that right. I may have got that wrong. I don't know. And she is the one cast member who does not live in Orlando, Florida, but she is seriously considering moving there on a permanent level. And we find out from her that Ashley and her have a history of previous friendship. They're not cool no more. And the reason why they're not cool is she says that Ashley brought women around her husband when they were married to sleep with him, and says that they fell out over it. And she says that they won't be friends again, but that they're going to be in the same space. And she's talking to her mom, Karita, who I liked her mom. You could tell that her mom is like loving and there for her family, especially with that comment. She's like, well, I can't stay with you forever. I got my other grandkids I got to see. So I loved her mom, so much personality, but people close to their moms are always problematic or red flags or stubborn, or dads, parents in general. That's just my opinion. Let's get through these doggone. So we find out that Megan's going to be throwing a brunch for all of the ladies to meet and all of that. But before we get into that, I just want to get James's opinion on the first, impression of Ashley and Morgan separately.
They remind me, well, really all of them do, really, in one point or another. They remind me of ex-members of the Bad Girls Club. They do. They all remind me of ex-members of the Bad Girl. When I tell you I was Googling all of them to see if they were on Bad Girls Club with Megan or at some point in previous seasons, because Morgan looks like Camilla.
She does.
She looked like Camilla. And I said, wait a minute. I know. And then Morgan looked
Ashley kind of looks like this white girl who used to be on there. I can't remember her name. She looks like
Ashley looks like the annoying one in the New Orleans season, the one that Stassi beat up. I'm trying to think of her name. I can't think of her name, but it was the one who scratched her in the face, and Stassi literally was pounding her like this.
This is why we have to be careful of the choices we make with Young, because 15, 20 years later, the girl's name is not remembered, but her getting her ass whooped is.
Absolutely. That's why I said these look like girls from the Bad Girls Club. Let me find out y'all then change y'all names, and this is who we looking at. Because Morgan, I'm sorry, you look just like Camila from the I'm trying to think of what season that was. Was that Vegas? That was Vegas. Yeah, it was Vegas.
They went to Vegas a few times though.
Yeah, it was a season. It was a season with them annoying ass twins, and all the people got on my nerves in that house. But yeah, she looks like Camila. Gabby. Yes, that same season. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so she looks like Camila. But go ahead, move on.
If y'all don't know, the Bad Girls Club was like a part
everybody
of
watched it.
Love dinner. We had Flavor of Love. We had the Bad Girls Club. We had Charm School. That was like pregnant reality TV birthing the shit we have now. Really, It was. Check it out. It's on YouTube. Likely everything's on YouTube. Anywho, we're going to move it along. We go and we see Megan's brunch. She does this brunch so she can get to know everyone because she's new in town, even though we know they already know each other in some type of fucking way. But, Shani obviously doesn't want to pay for editors. So, okay. So it's the first time that a lot of these women have seen each other in a while. This is also where we meet NIQUE Brown, who is the girlfriend of a ball player as well. And then we meet Mackenzie, who we find out is the baby mama of Neek's current boyfriend and partner. So I was like, oh.
I said that was different. Because when she was walking the baby to their house and they lived 2 houses down, I said,
what the hell is this? Right? Now we're going to get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah,
there's no way that could come up without us commenting in some way.
Yeah, we had to, because that was But I tell you, that was the jaw drop of it all. When I say I was like, wait a minute.
That's the type of shit that make you
see, I got to drop you off to your dad's house. And she's literally walking down the street. I'm thinking she walking to the car to drop the baby out. She knocked on the door. I said, where they do this at?
It's
ain't
just
no way, ain't no way in hell.
It makes no sense. And he took my note. My next note said, odd, they're on show together. Because it's weird. But at the same time, if these women can coexist and be on this show, it's going to make that Vanessa chick on the Basketball Wives LA look crazy. Because you mad about somebody that your friend's ex dated but is no longer with. Meanwhile, these two women
and then I forgot to mention he ain't with neither one of them. So what the hell is the point of you getting mad about some shit that didn't happen damn near 5 years ago? The girl, if you don't go
listen,
why you bring up Vanessa? Why you bring up Vanessa name?
Because we just did the Basketball Wives LA recap, you guys.
Go watch that, y'all. Go watch it.
I'm still in my mind. I'm like, okay, Vanessa's mad about a dude and somebody and his ex. He's not even with her no more. And these girls, like, one's an ex, has a kid with him. The other actively is with them and live together, but they can coexist. So I'm like, come on now, Vanessa looking crazy. Anywho, Megan comes in basically, and while she's talking to Mackenzie, I did notice that Mackenzie was just like staring down NIQUE, like from across the room. And NIQUE's just
noticed that too.
Yeah, Mackenzie's like looking at her like just visibly upset and bothered. Speaking of NIQUE, she looks like she's Eritrean or Ethiopian. I just want to put that out there. That's what she
also looked like somebody from the Bad Girls Club as well. And I said they all look like they were on the Bad Girls Club. They all of them. But I keep picking like certain people they look like, and I'm just like, y'all sure these ain't these same people? They just, and they made up names on Oxygen. And
you know who was on Bad Girls Club on that Baddies show on Zeus? The Judy girl. The voodoo. I got the voodoo for you. I was like, oh, and she still got alcohol problem, it look like. So I was like, oh, God bless Judy. I don't think she's on that show anymore. Anywho, so I see Mackenzie mugging NIQUE for no reason. So I'm like, oh, you're the bitter baby mama. That's what it looks like. I say you could cut the tension with a plastic spoon.
But she has a boyfriend. That's what's so crazy about it. It doesn't make sense. Like it makes no sense because she's with another ball player, isn't she? Yeah, she's with because his name is like Rashad.
Do you think that your current man's really gonna want to put a ring on it while you're still mad at your ex-man's boo just for being with him? Who cares if you're not with him no more? Like, move on, Mackenzie. Stop mugging her.
Well, you have. That's the thing. And that's what I don't understand. She has moved on. Or did you move on? Or did you just secure somebody because you like a certain lifestyle? I'm just trying to figure out, does that man live with you? Because how the hell did he agree to live 3 doors down from your baby daddy?
We go get into it. So basically, we see them all at the table and they're having their drinks. It's a brunch. So what do you do at brunch? Me and James went to brunch before. We had a lot of, I'm not drinking with James no more. We had a lot of.
She a lie. She a lie. Look at her lying. That's why she can't finish her sentence. She a lie. I didn't do nothing like that. I had
He's responsible. The problem is our other friend, Crystal. She can drink. She can drink. She can fucking drink. It's a fact. That girl can drink. I give her that. And with her, then the next thing you know, you try to keep up and you're twisted, faded right with her ass. So basically, Morgan comments, Ashley makes a comment about Morgan comments about being on her 4th drink. And then Ashley makes some little childish comment in return, gets very snooty, and they do this. And Megan's like, I guess these heifers don't like each other. Clearly, they don't. They clearly don't, Megan. They clearly fucking don't. I don't. So they're arguing like little girls, and Ashley insults her. They're getting up, and things become slightly physical. To me, what it looked like, what I saw is Ashley, when she asked for her to get her hands out of her face, she tried to physically remove them. And then she kept doing that and then saying, don't touch me. Don't touch me. She's not touching you. Now her hands are in your face, which is disrespectful. And it's like, come on now, Morgan, you know what you're doing. But at the same time, she did not touch that girl. I rewinded it a few times.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it real. Because at first, I was like, Morgan, Like, if you don't explain in further detail why you would agree to be in somebody's, personal space that allegedly, because we don't know if this is true, even though she said it came out in a divorce, we still don't know it to be true because I haven't read the case yet. Until I read the case, because I don't think they're divorced yet. So until I read the case, I need to understand how and what happened.
Well, she said everything came out in her divorce, and that
she
is
did
fine.
at the end, but my thing is this. At first, I didn't understand. But then when I look at Ashley's disposition, I said, oh. So I wasn't mad. So now looking back at this scene as we were talking about it, I actually wasn't mad at Morgan.
At who?
Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan, at first I was like, okay, you're doing too much. Relax. But putting your hands in somebody's face and all of that, yes, is hella disrespectful. But I'm a firm believer in if I don't touch you, you don't touch me, then I'm not touching you and you shouldn't touch me. That's simple. But it is what it is. They basically end up having their little stupid argument. They leave. And then we get the next scene. The editing scenes, like the way they cut to the next scene was like weird.
It was like, it was so like, it was like they just, it's like they put masking tape over the if we had reels, if this was actually a reel, but they put masking tape back, what's it called? Masking tape on the reel. And then we just, boop, next scene, boop, next scene. Yeah.
Child, it was a hot mess. So the next scene we see NIQUE go to meet with MULAN, I believe Hernandez, on the basketball court. She is with Bulbul. He is the tallest player in the league right now. We don't really see much. Morgan explains everything that happened at brunch, but we got to see MULAN's diaper booty. I mean, me and my husband,
doing it. I'm not doing it.
Like the BBLs, like you're not supposed to be shaped like a triangle, like an obtuse triangle. Like you're not supposed to be shaped that way. You're supposed to be,
ladies, I want y'all to get to a point where y'all stop doing this. I want you to get to y'all point where it looked heavy as hell. It looked like she can't even find her asshole in all of that.
Beautiful girl.
Yes, beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. But ladies, stop doing this. This is not the way. BBLs and all this fix a flat in your ass. I do not want to see it.
Fix a flat in your ass. And my husband came home from work. He came in the room. He works nights. I was watching the show. He goes, what happened? Looking at the ass. I'm like, child, I don't know. I don't know, but it definitely does not look natural. And some people, I've seen some BBLs that do look really good, but that one's just like obvious.
Shout out to Dr. Wendy Osefo from Real Housewives of Potomac. I will be picking that up on my channel.
Boom. He will be picking that up on his channel. It premieres November 5th. I am not sure what day that is. Oh, that is Sunday, obviously. It does. Sunday, so we'll probably be adding that to our Tuesday roster because it comes on Sundays. I'm excited. But Wendy Osefo, she got a good boob job and a good BBL. She knew what to do. She enhanced it. She didn't go overboard with something that we know is not possible, for her to have. Anywho, that's all that happens. We basically just get to meet MULAN, and then we see Ashley eating out with her husband. So she tells him of her issue that she has with Morgan, and basically he tells her he has her back. She can vent. He seems so in love with her. I will say that, but that man seems delayed. Now, I don't know if he was smoking, as y'all see. I smoke weed sometimes. Some people smoke and they become a little bit delayed. I don't know. Maybe the basketball hit him in the head a few times. Maybe he forgot he was playing basketball and tried to headbutt that bitch like a soccer ball. I don't know. But he just seemed like delayed.
The speech pattern, and that's another thing I want y'all to. Black men especially, enunciate. Learn words. Learn your tone. Learn how to speak. Moms, put your children in speech therapy if you feel like you cannot understand them at 12. That is ridiculous. No, because we do this a lot. We be like, ain't nothing wrong with him. He just talk a little. He ain't nothing wrong with that baby. It's like, no, we need to correct these patterns because there is nothing worse than someone trying to start a corporate job and they can't even speak correctly. That is ridiculous. There's nothing wrong with speaking proper English. Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Yep. Yep, I agree. That's pretty much it from that scene. They're just helping us to get to know people. We're gonna move it along. We see Mackenzie, and she this is James' favorite part of the show, everybody. She is walking her baby. She walked that baby out the door. She took 2 steps, she turned right. She took another 10 steps, then turned right again. She took 1 step, lifted her hand, and knocked on the door of her baby daddy's house. And then fixes herself to say to us in the confessional with confidence, I moved $3 down from my baby daddy to work on our co-parenting. That tells me if you have to work on your co-parenting, that the co was split at that time. And why would you move close to someone when you're not in a good space with them to where you can't even parent? Sis, from a future therapist to a potential future client, I will be available and I will make sure that my rate is affordable because you need help, sis. If that ain't 51, 50, 52, 50 her ass, 14-day hold, because you moved. Like if she could have moved next door, I feel like she would have. But it was probably just the house.
I'm gonna keep it real with you. Let me keep it real. I feel like that was not her call. I feel like it was that baby daddy's call. And that was to keep it. I do, because I find it really based on, and we don't know this lady yet. So we're still getting to know. But on episode 1, I feel like that man moved her a few doors down to keep his eye out. Because we ain't seen that man yet. She ain't even mentioned him. However, his name is on her title. So, with that being said, because I pay attention, I want to know who everybody belonged to. If I ran this show, it would be the roster. If you dated more than one basketball player, all their names is going to show up. Ex-girlfriend of this person, ex-fiance of this person.
He said in the little bubble, they got space.
It's going to be a roster of who they dated. If they dated more than one, like MEHGAN, all 3 of them will be right in that thing other than Kendrick's. All of their names will be right there if it was my show. But it's not my show. So, But I say this to say, something tells me, because I find it hard to believe that a grown-ass woman would even do that, knowing he has a woman in the house.
James, I actually know someone who has done that, and you do too. I can't say it on this live, but we know someone who I was very, very close to. I mean, extremely close to, who has intentionally moved right next door to their baby daddy mama house because that's where he was staying at that time. Women, I think sometimes men don't understand the lengths and the things that women are capable of or willing to do. That is all I will say. But
type her name in the private chat, please. Type her name in the private chat, please, because I now need to know. But let's move on. But yeah, I'm just gonna say, Mackenzie, baby, I just feel like, that's not the move. That was really stupid. And then I didn't like when she asked NIQUE to step outside and talk to her. It was like, why are y'all rehashing that shit? Who the fuck cares? Like, she with him now, you not with him no more. So it's, and this is another thing that I want people to stop doing. Stop rehashing old shit that y'all have resolved. Because it seemed like that situation was resolved. You're bringing him to the house. She's answering the door. She's taking the baby. And obviously your baby knows who she is. So it was like, what are y'all rehashing? Do you still want to be with this man? Is that what it is? Like, I need to understand something. So Mackenzie, I can't deal with you, baby. I'm sorry. Until you explain this a little bit more. And y'all can feel how y'all want to feel, but that shit didn't make sense to me whatsoever. I'm just putting that out there.
It doesn't make sense to move next to it, but some people just lack boundaries. And if it is the case, like if Mackenzie really did move 3 doors down, or even like, I understand the same neighborhood because you probably want your kid to not have to, go through it. Co-parenting is probably easier, but like, it's just weird. Anywho, she does ask to speak to NIQUE when she drops off her kid, and it looks like Mackenzie's trying to like make peace or apologize without actually apologizing. But we found out from NIQUE that she did not appreciate that while they were together. We find out that Mackenzie did not appreciate NIQUE being with the guy that the baby daddy, whatever the hell. And basically, Nick is like, that had nothing to do with me. I guess he lied to Nick when he got with her, saying that he was done with Mackenzie. But Mackenzie says they were still very much together. So if that's the case, either way, that's something you're mad at your dude about, not her. And it looks like Mackenzie figured that out and they made peace. But Mackenzie, I don't know. It's looking like you apologized to that girl on camera because you already looking crazy living 3 doors down. So I don't know. But
I don't even think it's that. I think that honestly, and this is why I said women, y'all have to understand, unless you have binding paperwork with these men, y'all are not together like that. I don't understand what the hell is so hard to believe about
a baby, you gotta think of it this way. A baby, it can go impregnate anybody and have that person with that child. That's anybody can have that. So
anybody, yes. That's why I was saying that's nothing. That's not a trope.
Yeah,
that is not something that's not a bargain. A baby is not a bargaining chamber. It is not. It is a whole life that you two, for whatever reason, conceived.
For whatever reason.
Because here's the thing: I feel like women have babies for calculated reasons now. Yeah, calculated, very calculated, and the whole conception is supposed to be out of love, but I don't even feel like that's really what it is anymore.
Yeah. Because a lot of times it's not. A lot of times it's not. I don't know. I don't know how women do that though. I can barely get through my period, let alone 9 months, just for some reason that's, yeah. So next thing we see is the ladies at the golf course. Is it called a golf course? A golf course? I don't know anything about golf, y'all.
Yeah, it's called a golf course. They were in like a
it looked like a Top Golf.
Florida's no, it wasn't no, that ain't no Top Girl. That ain't no damn.
It's
Top
not.
Golf. No, Top Golf is like literally all one section, and there's platforms.
Oh, it's only that. I thought they could play golf around.
No, you ain't driving no little cart to no little bit of no damn Top Golf. It's literally platforms of levels, and it's like rows of people, and you're hitting a ball as if the golf tee and everything.
Oh,
yes,
well, either way, I would want to pay for that. I'm not sure. I guess that's fun.
It is. It seemed like I'm not at the age yet where I want to get into it, but eventually I do want to venture into golf. I do eventually want to do that, but I'm not. I feel like that's something you do.
My dad
turned mid to late 50s, maybe.
My dad turned 60 and started doing it like all the time.
Well, because there's people. When I went to Logan, there were kids who were doing it at that age, and I was like, I feel like that's not a young person's sport. Like I don't. I feel like they're not for young people. It's like it's for older people because it takes patience and that. But then again, I have to think people lose their senses directly at an older age. So I don't know. But I feel like I'm gonna be in my 50s playing golf. That's what I said. That's what it is. I live in Florida, so at
the restaurant eating French fries, rooting you on.
I'm done with you.
Hey, the country clubs, they always have the best French fries. I'm trying to tell somebody. Hear me out. They be hella good. So we see them playing golf. And basically, Morgan says she's playing golf to build business relationships, which.
So here's the thing, because a lot of people.
That's not a thing, but maybe.
No, yes, that is.
Well, no. Like for certain businesses, yes, but people aren't just primarily handling business on golf course.
Go to Palm Springs.
That's just Palm Springs. That's such a small part, though.
But what I'm saying is she's absolutely right. Golf, you guys, if anybody who wants to network and find like investors and stuff, because golf has a lot of entrepreneurs that do that and always are in development. So she's doing the right thing, especially when you go to their events. Like going to a golf event, I've been to several. That's how I know this.
Oh, Lord.
Immaculate. Like the food is great, the networking, you're meeting CEOs, you're meeting hold on, Roy, 1 second.
Lord. He's muted. Let's see.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Sorry, y'all. But no, she's doing the right thing. I just think that I need to know what her business. It needs to be more than just this podcast, because people like sponsors.
Well, Morgan, she's the one, not Megan. Morgan, the one who's divorced with the 3 little kids, the beauty school opener.
Okay. See,
she's the one that says she's playing golf.
Okay, I thought it was
not Megan.
Okay, sorry. No. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Morgan. but it's still
they're still new, y'all. We don't know these women.
It's still a great marketing chamber because there's lots of, and plus the networking, she can get sponsorships like, people who are marketing for Coca-Cola. She gets sponsorships with them. Yeah, it's a, I'm telling you, if those
Well,
who
honestly,
are,
for a school, she could probably use all of
that's
them.
how Blue Ridge was on. That's how Blue Ridge saw the light of day.
Huh. Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look at that. Look at that. We learned it. Well, she's doing the right thing to play golf. If you know that something's going to help your business, see, I know absolutely nothing about golf, but if you know that something's going to help your business and you can do it, why not do that?
No, you don't even need to know about golf. You just need to be at the events. Pay your membership to a country club, because I'm telling you, those events are immaculate. That's one of the things I do miss about living in Phoenix. I can't wait to get into the Florida, because in Scottsdale, those events, I got invited to all of them.
Nice.
Scottsdale has,
clubs.
yes, Scottsdale had great events where they were all centered around golf. And as I said, that food is immaculate. But one of the things I did to publish my second book was I started networking. I went with a friend, started networking, asked me what I did. I said, I'm an author. And they were like, oh, did you bring one of your books? And I had Blue Ridge as a synopsis. And when I tell you word of mouth got to my publisher, I paid 40% less than what I would have paid had I not made that connection.
Hallelujah. See?
Yes.
Well, connect. I'm definitely like, I'm trying to build a business too, but I don't know that I'm gonna play golf for it. I'm gonna figure out another way, y'all. Anywho, we see Mackenzie, we see Nique, we see Nikki, we see Megan, and they're all meeting and eating because I guess Florida, I guess Orlando. Well, I know Florida has crazy weather, but I guess Orlando is random because it was sunny and pretty. And I heard Mulan say it's 110 degrees. That's why she was on camera with no makeup. And it starts raining out the fucking blue. I said, oh, hell no, I can't live in Florida. I thought the Bay Area was bad. It went from sun to rain like that. And I'm not with that. But
that's only in the summertime. It's not like it's.
I don't want it any time of year. You come on, James. You from the Bay Area. You know, look, we got it good.
We have it good in the Bay Area. I'm not even gonna front. But what I'm gonna say is that it's not that something that you would honestly be intrigued or be like it would get in your way kind of situation. It rains, oh well, get past it. It's only when they have hurricanes that you need to worry.
See, but y'all seem to have them too much. Florida just scares the hell out of me. Well, South Florida does. The rest of Florida, I'm like, The South Florida.
It's the rest of Florida that's getting hit right now this year. Knock on wood, because I don't feel like going through that right now. Tampa got hit twice with the biggest hurricanes of the year, and Orlando just got hit. South Florida ain't had shit.
Hell no. Orlando's not safe either. I can't go there. I don't want to be
on the Atlantic, and the way the wind is blowing the hurricane, it's literally passing us up and going right to Orlando. And literally
I can swim, but I don't want to swim for my life.
Oh, you'll be fine. Honestly, just move to the third floor of an apartment building. You'll be fine.
Third floor. I'm so fucking done with him because he knows saying that. I'm like, that means the water can get to the first and the second. Anyway, these ladies dealt with going inside because of the rain. So this is where we get to meet LYNDZIE. She is our pregnant basketball wife. Not sure why she's there, but pregnant and all, child. She came with mess. And she brings up MEHGAN dating Morgan's ex. So to those who are like, oh my God, if you watch Basketball Wives or reality TV, you know that like a lot of people in like astute or fluent circles end up knowing each other. It's kind of like in high school, you could date a boy and then someone you know in a class is dating a boy, and then the next year someone else is dating a boy or whatever. They seem to have all dated the same boy. So LYNDZIE brings this up trying to be messy at the brunch, but Morgan says, you know, I found out everything in the divorce, so that's irrelevant. I'm not with him no more. Like, I'm not about to have beef with this lady because of that. But I'm looking at LYNDZIE like, wait, you just got here. You didn't even get an intro scene, and you should have had one because you're pregnant. But you come on the scene throwing shade. What did you think about that, James?
I feel like that was a seed planted to her because it was so out of nowhere. And as I said, this is where if I had this show and I was an executive producer, every single basketball player you have dated or an athlete that you have dated will be right in that cloud. So if you dated three names will show up, ex-girlfriend of this, this, this. So that way there's no confusion of who you were tied to. But once again, that's just me.
I feel like what he's suggesting too could be an easy solve. This show's been on TV since what, like 09, 08, hella long ago. And they always have the same arguments or try to make it.
Yes, and if
oh, she dated this person, it's like just put it on there so they can't throw shade
on there. Yeah, you can't throw shade. Yeah, exactly. It would solve everything. So VH1 and y'all call center. I do not want y'all to take my idea and run with it. I bet not see this next season. Otherwise, I'm gonna ask for my check.
Not be gonna ask for
the check. It's called an innovation check. Companies do write those out, people.
They do. They have to. He said, listen, look into it. So basically, after Lyndzie's messy moment, Mulan and the ladies end up talking about Ashley, who we know has a problem with Morgan and has been accused of having, women around to sleep with other people's men. And we find out now in this scene, her own men. So, if they have an open marriage, fine, whatever, that's their business. However, if you're taking the beliefs and openness of your marriage and pushing that onto others, they're not going to appreciate that, Ashley. We don't know what's true or what's not true. Most of it is alleged, but the group gets to talking, and then Mulan speaks up and says that she don't mess with Ashley because of a similar situation to what Ashley's been accused of doing with Morgan's ex-husband. It looks like basically none of the group likes Ashley except for Mackenzie, bless her heart. And Mackenzie says,
that baby just slow. That baby just slow.
She's slow.
Slow.
God bless the child.
God bless the Lord.
As Mackenzie then goes a step further, and it's like, well, I don't think we should be talking about this because Ashley's not here. That's not fair. She wasn't invited. Correction. She was invited. She missed this event, just as Mulan was invited to the brunch, but missed that event. So I guess she's trying to defend her friend, and I respect it. But like, if people talk about your friend like that, sit there quietly and don't comment at all. Let them know, like, if I'm the only person that knows likes her here, like, oh, well, y'all talking about her is making me uncomfortable. And if they continue to talk about her, then either leave or sit there quietly so you can go tell her and give us some content.
I was just about to say that, just girl, all you have to do is shut your fucking mouth and just let them talk and let them do their own.
If somebody was talking about James, I'm not leaving. I want to know what the fuck they have to say. I'm sitting there quietly, silent as a church mouse.
Well, here's the thing. Y'all have to understand, this friend right here is a little bit different. I have 3 friends like this. Amina, Kim, and never mind, 2. Amina and Kim. Them 2 friends, y'all can't talk about me at the table with them sitting at the table, because what's going to end up happening is you say the wrong thing. She finna slide down the table depending on how far you are and knock you in the head. And Kim gonna run around the table and get you. So you might got a chance to run with that friend. But that's how my friends are. When I tell you, I have the most protective friends over me.
Shout out to Kim. Girl, we need to be.
Okay. Y'all would get along so well. Because when I tell you, me and Kim used to work together at one point. And when I tell you, couldn't nobody talk about me? Because one girl did that. I'll never forget. Side story. Me and Kim worked at the same warehouse. And I was trying to move up in this warehouse. And one girl didn't like that. And she was talking about me to everybody. And it had gotten bad to me. And I was pissed. And I didn't tell Kim because I knew how Kim is when it comes to me. So literally, we're all in the same area. The girls are there. I'm in there. And then Kim's here. And then one of my little friends, she told Kim, she goes, I don't like how they treat James. She just said something. Kim, I said, wait, who said something about James as loud as she could? And I said, oh, shit. Because I said, she ain't got shit to lose at this point. She going to start swinging. So I said, no, it's fine, friend. Don't worry about it. It's cool. Let her be there because it's our money at the end of the day. Yeah. Kim like, I'm ready to start swinging. And I love Kim for that. Kim always been my A1 since day one. So I'm telling you. Yes.
Shout out to you, Kim. If you ever want to come with us on a review, we welcome you. I got the little pro StreamYard plan. I can have up to 11 people on here, they say.
Yeah, shout out to my girl Kim Harris back in Phoenix. I miss you so much. Shout out to you.
That's the loyalty, though, that he's talking about, y'all, that Mackenzie was trying to have. but she kind of failed. And I kind of appreciate her telling that story just because I feel like in that moment at that table with them other basketball wives, listen, if you're going to be loyal, be loyal. Either sit there and then tell your friend or actively try to stop them. Even after Morgan looked at her, she's like, well, if you don't like what we have to say, we're not going to stop. You can go. And she fixed herself to keep sitting there. And I was like, you know what? Do something. So now I'm worried about how Mackenzie is going to handle this group of women.
She does, so Mackenzie, I'm going to tell you like this. If you do it in the way that I think you'll do it, which is you're going to go back and tell Ashley what each and every one of them said, then you're a real one. But if you sat there and you were quiet and she finds out through somebody else, then I'm not going to like you. I'm probably not going to like you in general, but I'm really not feeling you right now. And it's because I feel like you're letting other things and other people, mind you, your baby daddy, control the common sense that you need to have.
It seems like she's trying to act like that girl, but it seems like she might be like quieter and timid and not interested in all of that. So I don't know. We will see. What I will say that the situation gave when they're talking about it is Eric Bledsoe, you definitely got, listen, Morgan, you divorced him. It was clearly the right thing to do because he is messy. She's being accused of talking on the phone with Ashley, her ex-husband. Still to this day, I'm like, it's messy. So we find out in the next scene after that Morgan sent out a text message to Ashley to talk to her about that situation. So she arrives and you could see that Morgan was steaming. Homegirl was pissed off. And I'm like, please don't hit this girl. Please don't be that girl. Please don't be that girl. But it looks like she does not hit her. She asked Ashley if she has anything to say. And Ashley basically says she don't have nothing to say. When she brings up the situation and why she's upset with Ashley talking on the phone to Eric, Ashley was like, I don't know what you're talking about. But then fast forward to the confessional, she admits to everything that she's being accused of in regards to Eric Bledsoe. So I'm like, oh, you one of those chicks. You want to throw stones and then go hide behind the bush. Like,
it wasn't, no, she didn't throw stones and hide behind the bush. She threw stones and then hid behind a twig, which we could still see that you did that. But the problem is you don't want to really, you want something that gets thrown at you. You want something to block that from you getting hit. And I saw that. And that's why I was like, you know what? For me, I'm going to keep it real with you. At first, I was like, Morgan, you tripping. Like, it's not that big of a deal. But then when you think about the ramifications that you actually sought out to not only have a relationship with this man, but also invited women to then entertain this man, knowing that he's married. And this is somebody who befriended you in Milwaukee when people say, I don't know about her. It's like, Ashley, I see you. And if all of what she's saying and what you just admitted is true, you are trash. And I don't see how anybody's going to like you after this. I think you just...
I feel like
you dug your own grave. I think
she's gonna be somebody who's definitely obviously set up to be, was kind of known as the villain on the show. That's just what's gonna happen. I don't think it did happen.
A villain. I just think that she...
None of these will, not like in real life. I'm just saying, like, in terms.
No, I'm not. No, in terms of the character of the show, what she plays. No, she's not the villain.
She said, "Yeah, I talked to him because I wanted to know what I was dealing with." But it's like, that's shady. Like, I got people who mad as hell at me, literally right now, throwing subs online, doing all of that. I'm not about to do the same thing back. I don't get that when you get mad at somebody to go and like
befriend like people like that they were intimate with and like thing. That's kind of like, that's scary that you would think to do that. Like, that was really scary. Like, I looked at Ashley, I was like,
this girl admitted it. She admitted to what she did, and she's like laughing about it in confessionals. But in person,
I just think she's dangerous. I'm not saying she's because not all villains are dangerous.
This is true.
Yes, I think she's dangerous because of her thought process and the fact that she thought that that was okay to do. That was what makes her dangerous. And if that's the case, I'm not gonna like her because I
don't think anybody will.
No, there's gonna be somebody people that are gonna like her. Absolutely.
If she continues on this path, I'm like, there's no excuse to be calling your friend's ex.
Just because you want to know what you're dealing with.
Like, huh?
What what could you possibly
if you're in a situation where you need to figure out what you're dealing with the person, then you know what you're dealing with. You're just ignoring your gut, in my opinion. But, you know, we will see, you guys, what happens further. We do see Morgan follow Ashley to the car, and
I wish she hadn't did that. I wish she hadn't.
I don't think you should follow. Once somebody's gone, let them go. Once somebody says they don't want to talk to you or wants to be left alone, leave them alone. Because at that point, if you continue, you can be got for harassment. And these basketball wives like to follow.
It's not even that. Let her fall on her own sword. Let her fall on her own sword, because you have to understand karma's a bitch. And that's my boo. But that's the thing about that, is that you have to understand something. That was not your fight with this young lady. I know you hurting right now, Morgan. I know you hurting because the life you had is now ripped from you, and she may have played a huge part in that. But the problem that I have with you, Morgan, is that I don't think you following her and you confronting her and you being in this way realistically is necessary. I just don't think so. And as far as Ashley goes,
go ahead.
Yeah. I think as far as Ashley goes, Ashley, once again, you are a trash ass person. And I think that it is crazy to me that you thought that shit was a normal thing to do. I think that's mind blowing.
If that girl did what she's been accused of, which I think she does, and it looks like Morgan believes that, those are the people you don't waste your energy on, because I stand by what I say. You're not with him anymore anyway. So what's she gonna learn talking to him? Nothing of present. Who cares? But hopefully we'll see what happens. I will say I was not as disappointed as I thought I would be with this Basketball Wives. I remember when Basketball Wives LA premiered years ago, and I was kind of like, until they got the cast.
Because they had a lot of different cast members who didn't stay with the show.
Yeah.
But I feel like they just put a whole bunch of women together that just had the most oddest stories. Like, you know, Ron Artest's wife was on there. Then you had Steven Jackson's ex-fiance that was there. And then you had, like, it was just so many different people or different basketball players that were prominent names. Like, those are prominent people. But it was like, yeah, y'all. But I'm glad on this season we have a little bit more wives. We have, you know, a little bit more of drama that I think we need. But what I don't like about this show is that the drama seems way too manufactured for me.
There you go.
Because the only problem is there's only 2 women that really have a real issue. Everybody else, I'm gonna say 4 women. I'm gonna say 4 women because I'm gonna include Mackenzie and NIQUE in that as well. Because to me, I can't get past that. Her walking that baby 3 doors down. I cannot get past that. So
that was too much. It was, yeah.
I can't get past that.
They have to work on the editing. And listen, we would rather watch people not fighting and just getting to know their lives and stuff versus manufactured, scripted, or producer influenced fights. So hopefully they figured that out. But thus far, they're doing better than the regular Basketball Wives, in my opinion. So,
absolutely. I was more entertained with this one than the
I was more entertained as well. So yeah. I thank everybody for watching, especially James for being here and participating. I will be back next week with James, as always, to continue recapping this. I am taking on this show on my channel. So everybody knows tomorrow, Wednesday, 10/11/2023, we will be having more recaps. Tomorrow we'll be doing Salt Lake City, which is on James's channel. If you want to get caught up on those recaps, you can find the playlist, or I have his Salt Lake City recaps, which I'm a part of as well. And then we also have Love and Hip Hop Miami, which I need to watch. I couldn't watch that after watching these 2 shows. I was like, I need a break. I don't know why they didn't put all of that over different days.
And then you guys, E! Network dropped their show Villains that premieres this Saturday. I will be picking that up on my channel as well. I'm excited about that show because it is a game show, which is a different element to what we used to review. So I'm excited about that. Also on my channel.
Big Brother for Villains.
Yeah, it does. It looks like Big Brother for Villains. That is exactly right. Also, I will be picking up Married to Medicine, and I'm going to be picking up Real Housewives of Potomac. Sometime this month, we are going to do a recap of both seasons because, once again, I need to lay into Dr. Contessa. And also Real Housewives of Potomac, there's a huge colorism issue we have to address on that show before I pick it up. So
yeah.
So we will be doing both shows, you guys. And once again, I'm gonna try this horror movie thing. I did a video. It is not right. So I have to figure that out. So we're gonna work out the kinks with me. But once again, my channel is Watch Your Mouth Reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe to me. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss this.
You will not regret it. I do enjoy his channel. He's part of the reason I started my channel. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. You will see me again in about 2 hours. We do have a song review, and I have over 10 song submissions already. So I need to get
Yes. I'm happy that you're doing it because I watch all the time. So that's why I'm like, yes.
Thank you.
I need you. I'm gonna be, you guys, I am coming back to the song reviews. I promise I am coming back. I just gotta figure out my life right now because she does it way too late. I have a Monday through Friday.
Oh, you need 3 hours ahead. So
yes, she does it way too late. But one of these days I will make it to do the song because I know people miss me. I read the comments, y'all. I know y'all miss me, but I will be back soon.
We will. Anywho, that is all for this recap. We have lots coming back. Subscribe to my channel, subscribe to James' channel. And if you're watching the live replay, we welcome you. Be sure to like the video, leave a comment on your opinions or any feedback. And with that, enjoy the rest of your evening, bugs. Adios. Have a good night, James.